Sweet. Okay. So we're going live. And today in this video, this is basically what we're going to be making. I'm going to be doing a live edit. We're going to be coming up with this. I don't know how far along we're going to get, but that's exactly what we're going to do. That little day to night bit. Just like this, same basic technique. We're going to do that day to night bit. And then eventually we're going to build it. But, you know, that might be the next live. So let's get started. So we're going in After Effects. Going to start a new project. And if you are not familiar with any of these editings for like hyperlapses and stuff like that, I have some stuff in the description to kind of give you a little primer so you can just watch that and catch up. So starting a new project, first I'm going to just empty this disk cache. And then while that's happening, we're going to go ahead and get our footage. So this is a Grand Rapids hyperlapse. We're doing this bridges. We're just going to bring it in here. Boom. So we got, let's just call it day. Bring it into a new comp. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to stabilize this. So, you know, you can just see a little preview. That's basically what it looks like. Not amazing. Let's come in here and go night. Boom. And yeah. So I'm just looking at these to see like what am I going to try to use to stabilize. I want it to be kind of close to this window. I think that's like what I was trying to shoot to keep in the center frame for both. So it might be easy if we just start there. Can I see that during the day? So I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to find that exact one during the... I'm just troubleshooting what one I'm going to pick first, how I'm going to start editing this. And I might actually just choose this. Oh, yeah. So what is going to happen? So here I'm debating, and I'm kind of thinking maybe I might choose this. Because if my goal is to eventually cut that out, yeah, okay, we're going to choose this part of the building and then maybe this bit down here. So let's just get started. So I'm going to go to Windows. I like to just go to the motion tracking. I'm already in it. I'm just going to minimize these things so we have a little bit more real estate to work with. Let me make sure this is working. Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Tracker. Boom, stabilize motion. And if you don't see this, just go to Windows and then go to Tracker. So you can see how you can turn it off and you're like, oh, where is it? Boom, it's right here, just Tracker. So stabilize motion, I'm going to go up here, make this kind of a big, and I'm just going to this point right here. I can see it really easy. Boom. I like to just do a couple quick tracking points. Make sure it stays, and then boom, press play. And now I'm just kind of watching to see, you know, does it stay on the whole time? It's doing the work for me. And that's pretty nice. So if you're new, my name's Scott. I am a time-lapse and hyperlapse content creator. My wife and I, we run an account called Bobo and Chichi. Oh, it fell off. Boom. And I'm just going to track it back. Boom. Looks like it's staying on, so I'm going to press play. And so, yeah, we run an account. We've been doing this, you know, we got started living in South Korea, and I fell in love with this style of video. And I'm currently trying to figure out how to pivot to where this is like a much bigger focus of our business. Right now, it's just kind of like, it's a small part of it. It does help us get hired. So I'm going to click apply. And so you can see, let's just look at that. So we've already gotten it a lot more stabilized, which is nice. Now, if you notice in this beginning, it's perfect. It's like really well framed. Towards the end, it kind of goes off and I'm losing some detail. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna press Command K and I'm gonna actually just expand this scene to like 4600 and maybe 4800. My main goal is I just want to be able to see all that extra detail. If it's, I just don't want to lose any of it yet because I might make some tweaks and I might pre-comp this and I just don't want to lose any of this detail yet. Okay. So I have two options. I can just go ahead and pre-comp this one, move it all into the thing, click warp stabilize, and then my recipe that I use is I roll down advanced, I go to enhanced reduction, I go to 100%, and I do 2. And I can just kind of let that work its magic in the background, and I can do the same thing that I just did to the night one. So again, stabilize in motion, boom. And we'll just try to get right there. Doot, doot. See, it fell off. I always have like, in the beginning, I feel like it's kind of hard to find the right frame, or like for it to, for the computer to figure out what it should stick to. So I just do this for a few frames first. All right, it looks like it's sticking pretty well. Now I'll press play and just kind of watch along. Cool, yeah, that looks like it's going well. Beautiful. Click apply. Same thing. I'll go ahead and extend it to 5800. Perfect. All right, and let's go see if this finished. Oh, look at that. Great timing. I don't like to do the stabilize crop auto scale. I just click stabilize crop just to keep the X resolution. Personal preference. Let's see how well it did. Pretty good, pretty good. I could be happy with that, but something tells me I shouldn't be. So what I'm gonna do now is we stabilized one point. Now I'm gonna add an extra layer of it. So I'm just gonna go back into the source for day, click on stabilize, and I'm gonna click rotation. And it's gonna give me the second tracker panel. And I like to do them one at a time. It's personal preference. The reason why is what happens if I click this is it has to track them both. And at any point, this could fall off. So the way that I go about it is I just hide it. So now it won't ever fall off. And let's just see, you know, this is good. It's one above that. I'm just going to click this forward. Ooh, that frame is really out of focus. Boom. All right. Moving forward. Look at that. Beautiful. Press play. It's jumping around. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Those reflections are giving it a little bit of a problem. Look at that. But if I just babysit it, it goes pretty well. Let's try it again. Ah, yeah. See, sometimes depending on where you choose, it can be a little finicky. But really, this is a pretty straightforward process. You're just making sure where you're putting the marker is exactly where you want it. And this is gonna get, ooh, we're kind of having a hard time here. Yeah, we're off. Okay. So I'm just gonna move this a bit higher up. What's happening is these shadows are interfering with this, and it's just kind of getting confused. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this frame up here, and now I'm just going to go backwards so we can fix it. Ooh. You know what I should have done? Technical difficulties. this is a little tedious. Just trying to keep it aligned with this edge right here. If you see, like, you can kind of see that a little bit easier now. There's a lot going on, and it gets kind of hard to tell that it's on there. Okay, I think it's sticking much better. Yeah, this one is definitely an interesting anchor spot, but it's going. It's going. This is going to work. And this is just one of those things that sometimes there's a little bit of trial and error. But slowly over time, after doing this a few times, like, you kind of get the hang of it. It really, it's just a recipe that you follow. Now the lights has popped out, so that's gonna make it a little easier, I think. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, where did that go? Okay, perfect. Okay, so now let's make sure that works pretty well. It should be like stuck. Look at that. Stunning. Yeah, that's perfect. So now we're just gonna do the same thing with the day part. And look at that, like, you know, it took a little bit of extra time, but not too bad. So now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna make this a day, so that way I can keep things organized. Night, boom. I'll do the same thing here. Hide that, go into my night, add my rotation. And this one is unfortunately gonna be a little bit harder simply because, well, it's night. So let's use that as our spot. It's kind of like 2 windows up of, and I'll just kind of have to do the same thing. A little tedious. Hopefully it can do a good job. Boom, boom, boom. So this is cool. This is actually my first time ever in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We went to create some content around it, and this is not a part of the deliverable, but our hotel was so close to this, and I learned that this blue bridge is kind of iconic for the destination. It's part like of their landmark, and then these buildings are kind of like a part of their skyline. So I thought like, oh, this will be kind of a fun idea, a fun thing to try while I was there. Boom. Boom. Ooh, yeah, she's tough here. It's kind of hard to see. Would have been easier maybe to choose one of those, huh? Oh well. Making it smaller has clear. Ooh, it's helping. Making it smaller has helped. Oh, a little tedious. But if you can do this, you can do just about any hyperlapse, I promise. Whoa. And if you're noticing, I might be like even going on the wrong windows because all I'm doing is adjusting the rotation and not scale and rotation. It doesn't really matter because all we care about is that it's a straight line. So if my straight line is there or here, it doesn't really matter because it's just it's still the same angle. It's still the same line. Now, in a perfect world, the lines would be further apart, meaning like as far apart as possible. So like all the way up here and all the way down here would be ideal, but this is what we got to work with. Okay, I think if we just go up here, it'll be a little easier for the computer. Whoop. Boom. Okay, now we're starting to fly. Hoping that's the edge. Don't touch me, cause I'm close to the... You know what would be nice? I can put on our list. Just have like a little bit of some music. Just some subtle background music. Oh. Boom. I'm like not even really being too careful right now. Just as long as it's all along that edge, that's all I really care about. Right, that is the building edge. Yeah. And if you watch one of the other videos that's in the description, it's like a, how to track any hyperlapse. There's 3 different methods that I use, and it's just like, it's a really, really great video. If you're beginning out, it'll give you 3 different recipes on how to like troubleshoot any type of hyperlapse. Sometimes even like trees will get in your way, people will get in your way, and you can't see whatever the anchor point is. So like, how do you decide what you're going to tracking? And it'll help you out with that. And it's only 10 minutes. Who knows how long this will be. All right, so hopefully we did that right. Let's find out. The moment of truth. Pretty good. There's a couple little jitters. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pre-compose it. Boom. And night pre-composed plus warp. All right, because I'm not 100% sure I'm going to use this, but we're going to do the same recipe as before. And now what we're going to do, is this the finished one? Wait, what's going on here? I don't think I meant to do that. Yeah, we don't need that. So day 1 is finished, nice. And then what's this? Okay. So let's just see how this looks. It looks like it cleaned it up. I'm not 100% sure, but we're just gonna leave it like that. And now we're gonna open these both up in a new, perfect, in a new layer. Let's call it build. Boom. Clean this up real fast. Okay, so now I have these 2 layers, and we got the day. We're gonna put the night on the bottom, this one on the top. As you can see, they're almost like perfectly matched up already in terms of the length. So that's pretty great. Okay. All right. So here's what we want to do. Did I start with the trees there? Oh, pretty good. Okay. So on this day layer, we're just going to press the Command R for the ruler. We're going to pop this up. Let's see, did our music load? Oh my gosh. My internet. Terrible. All right, no music. All right, so we're just going to kind of line this building up. And I'm just making these guidelines for like certain things that are kind of identifiable. And just bridge line. Okay. And now I'm going to turn this mode into difference. And I'm going to try to line this layer up. So that's looking pretty good. So I just turn off difference. It's like basically on point, right? And why that works so well is because we tracked the same two exact anchor points, the position and rotation, and that's most of the work done right there. So we have the same focal length. These were shot with the same focal length, shot along the same path, really, really close together, and we almost have the exact same amount of time. Sometimes if they're like a little bit different, you want to find out where this began. So let's say, for example, they both began virtually at the exact same spot. Like it's a little off, but whatever. And they both ended, let's say, for example, oh, did you see that? What happened there? Is this the wrong file? Oh, because we don't even need this one. Okay. So, no problem. So this is actually day one, day finished. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to swap out this comp. So I'm just going to press this clip, Shift Command, drag it in, and now it's swapped out. Make sure they're still aligned, which they're not. So we'll go back into mode, difference. And it's just kind of helping you get them all lined up. Good. I think that's good. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. So I think as I was saying, you might want to find a different spot. Like let's say, for example, here's where this bridge intersects. So then I would come in here and I'd be looking, okay, so here's where this bridge intersects. And I'd know that these are the two in and out points, and I'd have to trim it all up and try to make them match. Luckily, because we have such a similar shot, we don't have to worry about that. We're pretty much on to the next part. So here we have them assembled, and now we want to cut out this building, and I think I'll start cutting it out here. So there's a lot of different things that we could do. One, I could come back in here and go 2160, 3840, whoops, 3840, and we can just see like boom. That's perfect. And we could do a lot of different things. For example, I can come in with a mask, and I can go ahead and go animate this mask. Boom. And I can make that come out, and I can adjust the feather to be like, I don't know, 500. And we can see that as the hyperlapse. So like that, so that's a little slow, huh? No, it's because my mask is so far away. Okay. Bring that in. So we could just like, we could just do that. And you saw, like, I don't even know how long it took us to do this, but we could be done right there. We're going to see what else we can do. Like, look at that. That's a pretty fun technique. That was really, really simple to do. And it looks really, really clean. Okay, so let's scratch that. And one of the things I really like doing is, I always forget what plugin I use for this, because I recently just had to reinstall everything on a new machine, and I forget what this is. No, it's not that. Power Warp. Okay, so it's this Video Lancer Power Warp, and I really, really like this. You just make a custom depth map, and you can choose from these different options. And I think, like, just straight up, it's good. So let's just say, like, let's just do this. And I kind of forget what these settings do. It's been a while since I've tried one of these. But I just want to show you a couple quick ideas. Okay, so that didn't do shit because I bet you it needs. So let's do like this. There we go. Okay, so I'm not understanding something about this tool because I want it to be, that's weird. Let's go ahead. What happens if I just invert this? Does that fix it? No. Oh, so let's go in the wrong way. I'm so close. What's happening here? How do you do this again? Maybe I don't have to click on anything. Let's just try that. Select two layers. Okay, so. I'm a little confused. I know that there's something there. Whatever, we're getting lost in the weeds. I don't care. So now, how long has this been? Ah, jeez. 30 minutes? Okay. Let's see what we can do in the next 20 minutes. Let's see how far we can get along. So what I want to do is I want to cut out this building now. It's a little slow. It's a little slow. Maybe let's make it. Let's enable time remapping. We're just going to trim it up. Time remapping and time remapping. And let's make it 3 seconds. Boom. Bring that over here. Ah, annoying. All right. So we're going to go ahead and file, export this. I'm gonna export both of these day and nights because sometimes when the time remapping gets involved, it really can make them wonky. Yeah, that's the right one. File, export. Boom. Finished. Okay, and now what's kind of cool is we can come back to this output module. We can press the post render, go to import, and again, output, post render, go to import, go ahead and click render, and it's just gonna pop. So again, as a precursor of what we're about to do, we're about to separate. I don't know if I'm gonna make the building grow or if I'm just gonna have them separated, but that's what we're about to do. So, boom. Okay. So back into the build. I want the day one. Oh, boom. Night finished, boom. And now it'll be stabilized. Yeah, I think that kind of has more energy. It's a little bit more fun. We don't need to see it. We don't need it to take that long for all of these to happen. Maybe like 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds. Okay, so, but what I do need to do is pre-compose it. So let's pre-compose, day, retimed, boom. You trim it up, pre-compose, night, retimed. Okay. So I'm gonna just try to roto this out. I think that's gonna be the fastest way. And let's just go ahead and try it. Boom. This thing could be a problem. I'm not even gonna worry about that thing. Just gonna leave it out. Okay. Boom. Just going over. I could have sworn I just did this. Okay, so we kind of have this nice edge along this line, and it might not be perfect, but it's okay. Let's go into reduce chatter, bring it up. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, even that's just cool, like just bringing in little elements. Okay, so I think we have a pretty good one. Let's just go to 1 second ahead. Yeah, that looks great. Whoa, what's going on here? Okay, so lost a lot of this. Probably because the sun popped out. Beautiful. Just spot checking it again. I'm realizing I do want all of that bit, so I should have included it in the beginning. So let's see. I don't want it to do that. Perfect. I think even all of this will be done by that time, but better to have that just in case I need it. Okay, that's looking really nice. Okay. So we're just going to leave day background. We're going to delete that. Then we have left building cutout day. Day left cutout. Okay. And we're going to turn this into, we're just going to actually make sure how good it looks. Turn that off. Perfect. Do I need motion? No, I don't need that. Okay. And I want to freeze it. Go ahead and click freeze. All right, so now that it's frozen, let's just take a look at what we can do. So one, we have like this, we can already just do like a cool layer lapse where we have like different things coming up. And like, let's say for example, maybe I wanted to just, I don't know. Like one option now that I have the ability to do is, let's say I wanted to like have a cool layer lapse. I have all these different fun things that I can do. So, boom. So look at that. That's pretty cool. That's just one option. But what we want to do is we want to cut this bad boy up. So let's try that. So I'm actually going to duplicate this, and I want to go ahead, actually, I'm realizing I want to unfreeze this. And let's go ahead and invert it and freeze it. Okay, so now I have day left cut out, day left building. Okay, and so now what I'm going to start doing is I'm actually going to start turning these aqua, so that way I know that those are the day ones, and turn this one blue, or just turn black, that way I know it's night. Okay, make it a little easier to reference. So now, if I were to bring this back in, I can come in and say like, hey, I want it to, I'm gonna hide this behind this building, and I can actually animate it from that ground. So you can kind of see like how, I'm just kind of showing you different things that we can do, and don't worry about the sky, like we're gonna fix that. But here's some different options that you have available, and it's not so incredibly difficult. Like we're able to do them here in real time. That's pretty fun. That's basically the exact technique, and we would just have to do it a few more times to the different buildings. And you can get as detailed as you want, but I think this is a good